Welcome to Hockey Nights in Vegas, episode 91. My name is Eddie Rivkin. I'm joined, as always, by Chris Chapman of Fox Sports Las Vegas and the Golden Knights pre- and post-game show. This episode is brought to you, like all others are, by the Las Vegas Advisor at lasvegasadvisor.com, by Dr. John Pierce at agelessforever.net, and by the Marathon Law Group at marathonlawgroup.com. Last week, Chap and I had the great pleasure of chatting with Vegas Golden Knights centerman Nic Roy. So if there's a little bit too much whip in the shaft of your hockey stick and you want to be able to hit the back of the net, here's your answer. But I'm not going to tell you anything about it because I'm going to let my good friend Dr. Pierce tell you exactly what this bad boy is, and prepare to be amazed.
This is the Phoenix Pro. This is a home unit to deliver extracorporeal, I call it sound wave therapy. The technical term is shock wave therapy.
Here's where we get to the fun stuff, kids.
Okay? And they applied it to their genitalia, and they found that, yes, indeed, it improves blood flow. When we talk about, male genitalia, what is an erection? It is a blood flow issue. So if you're having issues, and you've gone to see your doctor, you've had your testosterone balanced, and you're doing those things, and it's working great. If you're finding that you're using a medication like Viagra, Cialis, something like that, and you're finding less and less effect, that means that the blood flow isn't as good. Something like this can help to mitigate that issue.
So let me break this down for you in layman's terms. If your junk is more like a pool noodle than a pool cue, it's going to make your junk hard. Dr. John Pierce, Ageless Forever, www.agelessforever.net. Don't be shy. Send a message. The first consultation is free. You'll meet with Dr. Pierce personally. You'll have the ability to share whatever it is you want to share. This bad boy works. So, something for you to think about. www.agelessforever.net. Send a message. Take advantage of the free consultation, and let's get you to be the best you can be. Looky there.
Hey, look at this guy.
Looky there. Nic Roy, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, guys.
What's
How
up,
are
Nick?
you?
Great. How are you guys?
Thanks for jumping on with us, man.
That's a pleasure.
All right. Do you want the hockey questions first, Nick, or do you want the fun questions first?
Whatever you guys want to roll with. I'm good.
All right.
With whatever.
I'm opening with a fun question. One of our listeners would like to know, where's the craziest place that anyone's ever asked you to autograph them?
What's the craziest place? I don't know. Just usually the body parts, like the hands. Like I've autographed a lot of hands, which I think it's pretty. It's a funny one for sure.
I knew someone who had a baseball player. She got the autograph on her arm, and then she went and got the tattoo right over the autograph. So it's like forever immortalized on her arm. But a little bit of crazy. People do crazy stuff with those autographs.
Yeah, I've seen some interesting stuff just today at the rink. There's still a lot of Stanley Cups that we sign and obviously hockey cards, but there's a lot of different stuff that we sign.
Now, I've seen people outside City National. They have like paintings. Has anyone given you a painting of yourself yet outside City National?
Yeah, I don't remember her name, but she usually has one or two every practice there in the window. We see those. So I've had a few of those. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's cool. Nobody wants to paint me.
Do you keep them? Are they hanging in the Waugh house somewhere?
Yeah, I think they're here somewhere. Actually, there's one right there on my right. It's he's actually pretty good. Yeah.
He's gonna grab it. This is a first. This is awesome.
There you go. Hey.
Oh, look at that.
Hey, looky there.
Oh, he's scoring it. He's scoring on Jake Ottinger. I like it.
Yeah, it was right here. Yeah, she's pretty good actually.
Yeah, that's brilliant. We'll have to get her name, and then we can get her to paint Chapman, because everybody will want a signed autograph Chris Chapman.
I don't think so. So Nick, you're off to a good start this season, but one of the things I have to ask you, because you're obviously French Canadian. You played in the QMJHL. How do you say the name of the junior team that you played for, and what is the mascot?
It's Chicoutimi Saguenay, and it's pretty it's pretty weird. The logo is like a blueberry. Somehow it's really big over there. Like people getting blueberry with like a crown on top of it. And obviously the name is pretty hard to pronounce for people that speak English. So yeah, it's
Yes.
if people ask me all the time about I'll always say we say it in French.
So the logo is a blueberry with a crown. That's actually very unique. I don't think I've ever heard of anything like that. I'm going to have to check it out when we get off the show now.
Yeah, because the Saguenay is like the name of like the people that live in the region over there. So it's the name of the team, and yeah, blueberry. I mean, represents a lot for the team.
Now, do you like blueberries?
I do. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
So last year we talked to your good friend Paul Cotter, and he told us about a fascination that you have with warm-up pucks. Do you miss your friend Paul Cotter? I talked to him and he said, just make sure that Nick is, still getting his warm-up puck every game. So, and you got a message for Paul?
Yeah, I mean, no, I do not receive my pucks anymore. I don't know if he told you guys the real story about it, but
Go for it.
Paul would grab a puck every warm up, and if he would score a goal, he would keep it and I don't know, put it in his garage, or I think he was building something with pucks that he scored with. So let's just say when he didn't score, I would get the puck the next game, and so I had quite a few pucks in my garage.
That certainly seems like something he would do. You're off to a really good start. A lot of guys on the team, Keegan Colasar, Brett Howden, off to really good starts as well. So what's kind of been the I don't want to say secret, don't give it away, but like there were question marks coming in, who was going to step up and who would fill the void of some of the guys that left, obviously Chandler and Jonathan. But it seems like between you and Keegan and Tanner Pearson and obviously Brett Howden, you guys have really stepped up. So what's kind of been the motivating factor for yourself and maybe some of the other guys on the team that I think a lot of fans may not have been talking about coming into the season to help fill that scoring void?
Well, obviously, we've seen with that many guys leaving that there was going to be opportunities for us to have a little bit more ice time, more opportunities, whether it's on the power play, PK, play a little more. And I think it's always been the mentality in that team is whoever's in wants to do the best out there. And like you said, I think all these guys been really awesome this year, taking the best of the opportunity. And like I said, always the same mentality over the years. We want to win. Whoever's in the lineup, whoever plays. So I think we've done a great job so far.
Nick, the last game against Dallas was probably the first game of the year where the team iced the roster that basically all of us expected at the beginning of the year. There was a big win against Winnipeg, a big win against Edmonton, and then a big win against Dallas where the defensive effort really started. It seemed to us upstairs where the defensive effort really started to gel. Having the whole lineup and having everybody pretty much where Bruce wants them to be, do you feel like the team is really sort of coming into what he expects? And do you feel like you're close to really finding your game as a team?
Yeah, I think so. I think you pointed a really nice point there. I think starting the year we were scoring a lot of goals, but defensively, I don't think we were as close as we wanted to. I think over the years we've always been one of the best defensive team in the league, and I think we've been better on the defensive side of the puck lately. So having all the bodies back, I think everybody goes back into whatever role they're used to. So obviously that helps. And I think we're playing really good as a group. So I think it's as close as we can be, but still ways to go to be ready for the playoffs, I guess.
Your game seems like it kind of thrives under a coach like Bruce Cassidy. So what does he do that is able to help bring out the best Nic Roy? Because it seems like your defensive game is always there, your offensive game, people know what they're going to get. So like, what is it about Bruce Cassidy's coaching style that really brings out the best in Nic Roy?
I think he's really good at putting guys in situation where they can thrive. He's really good also at reading whether a guy's having a good night or if he needs more minute or if he's having more of a night off. And he talks a lot too. So I think he brings the best of every player on the team. Whether, like I said, you're having a night a little tougher, I'll talk to you and I'll get you going and get the best of every player. So it's been really good for us the past 3 years, I guess.
We touched on a little bit earlier how all the players that departed, in addition to all the goals that are now scattered around the NHL, there was a little bit of a leadership void. You know, we all know that Jonathan Marchessault was pretty vocal and pretty animated pretty much all the time. And we saw it in practice too. And we've had multiple players say that basically he wouldn't shut up. But
that's fair.
So who has stepped up in a leadership role this season that maybe might have been a little bit quieter because his voice might have been drowned out by Jonathan Marchessault?
Yeah, I think obviously we always had a really nice group. Like you'll have those I mean Stoney, Petro, like Jack and Carly and these guys are obviously we're really there as a leadership group already. But I say one guy that would really step up this year is probably Kolesar. He's always been kind of a leader. I would say he was already talking a lot the past few years, but I'd say this year's a little more, and he's just a nice voice for us. I mean, he does it all on the ice. He leaves. I mean, protect the guys. He works hard. He does it all. So yeah, I think he stepped up as a leader this year for us for sure.
You know, we talk a lot, me and Eddie, a lot about how amazing it is to watch Jack Eichel from the press box, and you know, we've talked about how he should be in the discussion for Hart Trophy, and you know, just incredible what a season he's having. Are there moments where you watch him play, you're on the bench, and you're just like, "Oh my God, I can't believe Jack just did that"? Or does he do things that you that even blow you away as a guy who's been in the league for a number of years and you've seen some of the best players in the world? Like, what is it like on the bench when you see Jack do something that is just pretty incredible?
Well, for me, the most impressive thing is his skating ability. Seems like we all work like really hard to try to go fast, and you got this guy just like skating like twice as fast as everyone. It looks like he's not even working. So, and he does it both sides of the ice. I mean, like sometimes on the back check, you'll see him. He's 2 zones away, and somehow he'll get the guy before they get a shot on net. So, I'd say his skating ability, but like obviously everything else. I mean, the hands he's got, the vision he's got. So it's just like a full package. So, but definitely his skating is the one thing that I'm really impressed with.
So Christmas is coming up, and we got an inside tip that there is a Secret Santa going to happen inside the room this year. If Nic Roy could select who he would get his gift from, who would he get it from? And if Nic Roy could say, absolutely, I do not want a gift from this person, who would Nic Roy not want a gift from?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably, I would say probably Zach Whitecloud that I would like a gift from, just because he's a nice guy and he knows me a lot too. So I feel like he would have a nice gift for me. On the flip side, probably a guy like Jack, I guess. I feel like he would throw a couple nice chirps out there in the gifts. That would be really funny, but also a little less funny for the guy that receives the gift. So yeah, I'll go with Jack.
Now, you and Zach, your relationship goes back even further than the Golden Knights, because if I'm not mistaken, he was on the Chicago Wolves when you were with the Charlotte Checkers, and you guys played in the Calder Cup. Is that correct?
Yeah, we played against each other. Exactly. I was with Charlotte, and he was on the Chicago Wolves, and then we played my first year when I got traded to Vegas. We played a year together in the AHL.
Now, NASCAR is really big in Charlotte. Did you check out any car races when you were in North Carolina?
I didn't know. It's not my go-to. I should probably have gone in at least once to see how it is, but I didn't have the chance.
Speaking of go-tos, you've been in Vegas for a while. you guys don't get many nights off, but what's your go-to when you have a night off? And don't tell us where, because we don't want puck bunnies chasing you around in your favorite bars or restaurants. But what do you like to do when you have some free time here in town?
I mean, just go to a nice restaurant, whether it's with family, with the guys on the team, after a game on the strip, or sometimes just gamble a little bit too. Like if we have a night off with the guys, always nice. So yeah, I'll say those two.
Now, what's your meal? Are you a big steak guy? You like seafood?
Big Italian guy right now. Actually, like my go-to is actually chicken parm. I think a lot of guys are going with that right now the night before a game, so I'll have to go with that.
That's one of my favorites too. I love chicken parm.
Wow.
Oh my
So
God.
Ray Ferraro's nickname really, it kind of transcends into the Golden Knights locker room. I want to talk about chirping for a second. Since you brought Jack up, is he the most vicious in the room?
Yeah, I would say Marchie was up there, so now it was Marchie and Jack. So now I think actually Martinez was pretty good at it too. So now it's definitely a Jack. Jack and Coley are up there. Yeah.
Now, what's the chirping going to be like as we get closer to the Four Nations face-off? Because you mentioned Jack being really good, but Petro is a really good chirper as well. So we know Carlson probably won't be too involved in the chirping, but between Jack and Petro, what's the talking going to be like leading up to that Four Nations face-off?
Yeah, I mean it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, they're gonna face off against each other in big matchups. So yeah, I'm sure there'll be a couple of chirps going around. So that'll be fun to watch.
Take another one, chap.
All right. So Aiden Hill was named to that Four Nations face-off. So, I think a lot of times goalies don't really get the credit that they deserve. Like we watch Aiden night in, night out, and we know how good he is. But how cool is it to see your goalie representing Canada in this Four Nations face-off?
Oh, it's so nice. I mean, I think he really deserves it. He's proven over the past like 4 or 5 years that whenever he needs a big moment or he needs to step up, he's gonna do the job. So I think he's in the best spot to be the goalie over there, and I'm sure he's gonna do a really great job. So I mean, right now he's been really hot for us too. So it's a good timing, I guess.
Yeah, third star of the week. Now, is that like a point of pride for the team that the goalie who represents the team is also going to be out there in this tournament? Because it seems like it would be like, hey, this is awesome, because it's almost like a team award, because a lot of times you guys are the last line of defense for him, and he's obviously been really, really good. But from the team standpoint, is there a lot of pride that he's also going to be participating?
Yeah, there's a lot of pride. I mean, we're really fortunate. There's a lot of guys on the team that are part of it. It just shows how good of a team we have, and um, be able to be with these guys too on the daily basis, do see what they do, whether it's in working out or stretching or whatever they do to get there. It's a privilege. So we're really fortunate to have as many good players as we have on the team.
You have, since you've been here, spent a lot of time on the PK, and the PK's changed a little bit. And I know that the stats go up and down, but how much pride do you have, and how much pride does the team have when they go down a man, which is pretty basically very rarely? The Golden Knights are the least penalized team in the league. But on that rare occasion, how prideful, how important is the PK to setting up the transition to get back to full strength?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, the parity now in this league is so big that you can lose every night, you can win every night against any team. So special teams are a huge part of the game. So PK gives momentum. Also, if you give a big goal, it changes a lot of the game. So I think we take a lot of pride in that when we go over the board to kill. I mean, we give it all, and I think over the years, our PK has always been kind of pretty good. So we'll try to keep it that way.
Last one for me before we let you go. We talked about Christmas coming up, and you obviously grew up in Quebec. I imagine you get a lot of snow, a lot of white Christmases. But do you have like a favorite Christmas memory, maybe a favorite gift that you got when you were growing up?
Memories for sure. I mean, spending time with the family it's always the best. Even if right now, like I don't see my family as much as I would like to. So they're all coming here for Christmas. So we'll have a couple nice dinners and spend time with the family. As far as the gift, I remember like especially one of the stick. I think it was called it was a Reebok back in the days that had a couple holes at the bottom of the stick. I think it was brand new at the time. It was a one of a kind stick. So I remember having that stick. I was pretty happy. It was a good moment.
You still have it?
I do not know. Actually,
Ah.
I did. I was pretty happy to get it, but I didn't like it at all on the ice.
Oh,
So,
no.
I got it once. I played until it broke, and then
Was
and
it
then that
was it a wood stick, Nick?
No, it was.
Oh yeah, you're not probably old
Yeah.
enough. Do you remember playing with a wood stick?
No, no, I haven't played with wood stick. I played with Sherwoods, but it wasn't wood.
All right, last one. We'll get you out of here. I'm not sure if we got cued to do that, but we don't want to take up too much of your time. You got to get ready for a big road trip. So you're out at the club with the boys, or you're out with a night of the boys. What's your drink of choice? Are you a beer guy? Are you a bourbon guy?
Beer guy. Usually my favorite's probably like just standard Stella. A nice beer. If I take a shot, probably Fireball is my go-to. I'm not a wine guy at all. I don't drink wine. So mostly a beer guy.
Well, that'll keep your expenses down because wine can get expensive and Stella is not.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfect.
Anything else, Chris?
No, I think I'm good, man. We listen, Nick. We appreciate you. I know you got a big fantasy football playoff that you're probably getting ready for. So we'll let you jump off.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, big playoffs coming. Big hopes.
Nick, thanks a lot. We really do appreciate you spending some time with us today.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for
All
having
right.
me.
Nick Roy, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm here with Joe Riccio from Marathon Law Group. And Joe, one of the things couples make is they want things to be amicable when they go through a divorce. And a lot of times they'll use the same lawyer. Why is that a mistake for couples to use the same lawyer?
Well, thanks, Chris. It's definitely a mistake if you have issues or you have conflict in your divorce or your custody or your support, because naturally when a lawyer comes in, they're supposed to be defending your best interests against your spouse, which can be an awkward exchange. Naturally, if one party wants something that the other party doesn't want to give, now the lawyer finds themselves in a conflict. And that could be a problem, meaning that the client, the party, may not be getting the advice, the best advice that they need.